Hey guys, Caitlin here. Yeah, I woke up to share something because I had a really powerful dream. I'm not gonna get into it because there was a lot in there, just a lot to unpack. But basically, um, I really felt the urgency, like the imperativeness of not looking outside of ourselves for evidence of reality. For example, if we're holding an assumption, we're living in the assumption, we're living as the fulfillment of our desire. Once we're doing that, we're choosing to be, right? We're choosing to be the fulfillment. We're choosing to be the new reality. In the Bible, there's a verse talking about wedding garments and that someone was kicked out of the wedding when they realized that they didn't have the garments on. And Neville Goddard uses this to teach about wearing your state, um, the embodiment of what you're creating or what you've already created because it's finished, wearing the embodiment as a garment. And what that requires is to lose your thinking mind, is to completely get rid of logic, because logic will keep you out of the kingdom of heaven. So in the tarot, the logic is the devil energy, right? And I don't know how many people you've had in your life where they've played as devil's advocates. What if this doesn't work out? What if? And you may have a very strong logical voice that you have to ignore and clear out its weeds with your voice of faith. That's why it's so important. You have to correct every thought as it comes in and pay attention to your body and clear blocks, clear tension, because that's our ability to receive when we're clear in the body. But I just wanted to share this because, man, that dream just really, really made me feel the urgency of it. Like, for a lot of times, this is literally a matter of life or death, right? And it always is, because it's the death of the ego, death of the former self. Always we're renewing uh, ourselves each time we do this, right? And that was another thing I saw, was that when it's the renewing of your mind, it literally means your mind is new every day. So you have to allow your mind to be new every day, to not carry the burdens of yesterday into the new day, because linear time is an illusion. If we're carrying something with us, we are carrying that through with us. But what we do yesterday or what we were given yesterday has no effect on the new day. Do you see what I'm saying? It has no effect of what is possible on the new day. We are open to infinite abundance. We are infinite creators. There are infinite possibilities. There's divine intelligence always at play. And so the truth is, there are always infinite possibilities. But if you keep selecting something from the past and dragging it along, that's really what linear time is. It's just that illusion. You're just dragging weight with you. And yeah, so I just wanted to share this, like the renewing of your mind. And it gets easier as we plant our garden and pull out all the weeds, the logical thoughts, and replace them with thoughts of faith, replace them with the I am, replace them with certainty of the creation is finished. But the renewing of the mind is when the mind is clear and the mind is still and you're not looking to the outside for evidence. You're not looking behind you, and you're not looking in front of you, and you're not, scanning the 3D for evidence. You're just being the creator. And you're being in the moment, and you're creating. Or you're not even creating anymore, you're living in the finished result. In the state of being that you would if you knew your desire is already fulfilled. This is especially important if you are, it's always important for everything, but I'm saying this if you've been embodying health, right? Or a situation to you that is very dire, that your ego would call very dire. Because at the end of the day, to be honest, nothing's a threat, nothing's really a big deal. If we look at it from the eyes of God. But I just wanted to share that. I know this helps someone. Let me know in the comments what you make of this, what you think of it, if it helped. And thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Keep going within. You are all the confirmation you need. You are the only answer you need. The 3D really is dead. As Jesus said, let the dead bury their own dead. We can't be concerned with the same things that the outside world is. Remember, it's all just a previous state of consciousness. So it's abandoning what others think of us. It's abandoning what all thought that is contradictory to our God state. We have to be completely one-minded. And it's that discipline of thought and that discipline of alignment within as well. So it's really letting your inner being guide you. And what we call our intuition, it's really just the inner being. And you can feel the spirit when you're moving forth in the direction it's calling you to, right? Where you're expanding and it feels exciting, like your breath is widening, right? But when it contracts or it shrinks, that's you're contracting it. There's also the ego, though. Sometimes we'll feel the ego shrivel, the ego shrink, and that's more of like a discomfort, like the feeling you get when you're triggered by someone and you want to react. So it's that weird discomfort, like you have an urge to respond, but you ignore that. You ignore that because reacting to someone is not the way to handle anything, right? What gets to the point when we learn how to really create our own reality, this is how being triggered by people helps you in the 3D reality, because you realize when you're creating your own reality, you're going to feel those same triggers from what you see around you, from circumstances, from contrast, from things not matching what you're saying is happening and what you're assuming is done. So we learn that we've learned that in the same way we don't react to people when we're triggered, we don't react to the 3D, we don't negotiate with the 3D when it's quote unquote triggering us. We maintain our position as God. We maintain our position as the I Am. We stay childlike. We open up our insides, we open up our chakras, we sense for tension in our body, and we just free ourselves. And we keep aligning our thoughts, and we keep aligning within our body. I'll make another video on that too, on the spiritual gifts of triggered and being triggered. And I'll go more into the how that compares to really not giving into the illusions of the 3D. But anyway, all right. Okay, see you next time.